and then it says recorded.
Okay. Good afternoon or morning, Freddie. Thank you for agreeing to interview with me. I appreciate your time in this interview session. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. Thank you. Hope
Thank
you are
you.
too.
I am. Thank you for asking. So I have a few questions, and they aren't as wonderful as yours, but I'm hoping that they'll be fun and not too much. So the first question is, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yes. Okay. So I am. Where to start? I'm a student. I'm part of the community college system. So I have been at a community college in various capacities for the past 7 years. So I work at the community college I went to school at. So I started as a student. I took human services and gerontology as my 2 degrees. So I received those, but during my time there, I made a lot of connections. So I started off as a work study student, and then a job opened up in financial aid. I had no experience, but I gave it a shot.
Nice.
I was in that department for 3 years, and now I am in the grants department as the assistant grants administrator.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, I did school at the same time. I got my bachelor's in business administration and law to kind of help support the grants and the financial aid. And I just had this feeling that I just want to go up somehow. I don't know exactly what I want to do, but I do know that I want to be a good part of the system and be a good leader. So I thought this would be the perfect program to go into. So that's a little bit about me.
Nice. I mean, that's a really nice background. And something caught my attention. You said at the beginning, what was your degree in
human services and gerontology. Gerontology is the study of aging.
I'm sorry, what is it?
It's the study of aging.
Study of aging. That's interesting.
So it's like working with older populations. And the reason I did it was because they told me I could double major, and I think it was a difference of like 3 classes or so. So I said, fine. But I took the classes, and they were very interesting. And they've helped me a lot in terms of when you help certain populations, you just kind of have to be aware of certain things.
Okay.
So it's been, and even with my parents, as they're getting older, I just kind of go back to everything that I learned, and I'm like, okay, this is very true. And so
that's cool.
It's been very helpful.
That's a really cool degree. I didn't even know that existed. That just lets you know. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Okay, so what's one course that you have taken that surprised you in a good way?
I actually want to say ENT 610, I think, is what we took last semester. And that course really surprised me because I never thought I would be able to create a blog, let alone be posting on it and doing all these cool things. It was very new for me. Mm-hmm. And it was overwhelming at the beginning. I said, there's no way I can do this. But I just took a deep breath, and I went through all the material that was there. And I've crafted, I think, something pretty good. So I'm excited to build on that and make it better.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's become kind of like a cool thing to do. So I'm not really seeing it as like homework anymore. It's just very nice, and I enjoy it. So that was very surprising because I would have never thought I would want to be running a blog or doing any of this. I was like, blogs are not my thing, but it was very surprising to know that it's easy if you put in the time and the work.
Agreed. I agreed. And I think that if you really like stuff like that, then once you get to know what you need to do with it, then it makes it a little bit more fun to kind of like navigate and get through. So yeah, great point. I love that. Okay. So if you could learn any skill outside of your academic focus, what would it be?
Ooh, any skill. Probably like electrical work, so I can do things around my house and not have to call people because, so that would be very useful.
Oh yeah, very useful. It's actually it's a very costly trade, right? So
it is.
It would be nice to be able to have your own.
I know it. I know it. We have an electrical program at the community college, and there's a lot that they have to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could just magically have that skill, I think that would be awesome.
I mean, anybody else, you could just do everything yourself. Okay, so we talked a little bit about your major, but what ultimately made you choose your current major, and has it turned out the way that you have expected it to?
So what made me choose this major? I think just the way that I've been progressing at the community college, it just kind of felt natural that I wanted to be in some type of leadership role, whether that's like a dean or a VP or something. I'm not really quite sure what that is, but I think my reasoning was, let me do my master's on this, and as I go along through it, I'll figure out what exactly that is. I've also taken a leadership program apart from this, so I'm trying to, really get things figured out. And I think as I go through it, I'm learning more about myself and what I want to do in the future. And then the second part of your question, I'm sorry if you could repeat it.
The second part of the question was, has it turned out the way you have expected it to?
Yes and no. So I'm very on the reserved side, and I'm very to myself. So it's been a lot of stepping out of my comfort zone and being more vocal, but that's part of leadership. So I've kind of learned to accept that. But I think it's been a good experience to really kind of practice, getting up on stage and speaking and speeches and having a team to be responsible for. I think it's been uncomfortable, but it's been good, because I'm definitely growing. And they do say if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. So
that is very true. And getting up on stage is one of the biggest fears I think that many people have when they're going into the leadership aspect of it. So I don't know how you feel about that, but that stepping on a stage in front of a lot of people, even if it's peers that there's something about that sometimes make people have like, I can't really do this. And that you have to step away from that to be able to go forward in a leadership position. So yes. And how do you feel about that? Like stepping up on the stage, does that make you nervous? Are you able to get
nervous? Now, I've done it a few times and I got through it. But there's definitely still some improvement. But I think it's one of those things that I'm just going to have to learn to be okay with and to do, because it is important. And that's part of being a leader. I think you have to be comfortable speaking to however many people and making sure that you can lead them appropriately. So I'm definitely working on it. I think me a couple years back probably wouldn't even try to get up on stage, but now at least I'm trying. So
that's all that you need to do is try. Right? I used to be, I would physically get sick thinking about going on in front of anyone, and I've done it so many times now. It's almost second nature.
Mm-hmm. It's all about that practice, I think. Yeah. All right, I think I lost.
And they've gotten the nerves out. Yeah. Oh, did you lose me?
I think you froze, but I got you back.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so do you have any passion projects or hobbies you pursue alongside your studies?
So it's a part of work, but I see it as a passion project. So we are trying to start a mobile food pantry truck. And I've been writing grants for this I think this is my second year trying for it. I think I've learned a lot more about what needs to go into it and kind of what would make it appealing to funders to actually fund and contribute to it. But I think it would be so helpful and so cool. So we serve 4 rural counties, and we have a food pantry, but it's not mobile. So if you can't get to this particular campus, you really can't access it. We have boxes that we send to our other areas, but I think it's not the same. It's not the same experience. It's not the same product. So I would absolutely love if we could get like a mobile food pantry. I think that would be the coolest thing. And I've taken a lot of time to kind of see what would it look like, what would it carry, who would need to drive this, and where it would go. So this master's program has really helped me kind of get that idea to be more just a stronger and better idea, and we've been refining it. So I just submitted a grant for that. So hopefully it'll turn into reality very soon.
Congratulations. That's exciting. Hopefully it will.
Yes.
I remember reading it on your mobile food pantry, and I just thought that was so inspiring. It's really important to find a passion about helping others and what that looks like. And that was it stuck out to me when you said that. I was like, yes, I remember that. I remember that when you posted that. That was beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I think food insecurity is one of those things where I think it's hard for people to talk about, but at the same time, I think everyone should have the resources that they need to be able to eat. I mean,
Absolutely.
so we have students at school that may be facing this, and they're thinking about how am I going to eat today or tomorrow, when they should really be focusing on school. So I think this would be a great way for us to kind of help alleviate that.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
That's amazing, because if you had not found your pathway in the college system to be able to know that, you might not know that those students are in need. That everybody assumes because students go to college,
Right.
that they can afford everything, and they actually can't afford anything. So it's just amazing. I really, really love that idea that you guys put forward. I really hope that you get the grant.
Thank you. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Okay, so what's something you've always wanted to try but haven't had the chance to yet?
That's a good question. Something I've always wanted to try. I'm gonna say snorkeling. I think that's something cool. I just haven't ever had, I guess, the opportunity to, or I haven't made the time to do it. But I think that would be cool.
That would
I
be
love the beach, so that would be awesome. Yes.
Where do you live at? Do you live in North Carolina or? Okay.
So we tend to go to Carolina Beach over the summer. So
always packed. Always packed.
I love it anyway.
Yeah. You have to be able to love the beach, not to worry about it, because everybody loves the beach. If you're going there with pack, it doesn't really matter because you're just focusing on what you can do.
Being out there and touching the sand and seeing the water, it's just
it's amazing.
Yes.
Okay, so Freddie, what's something you hope to accomplish before graduating, besides your beautiful food pantry, mobile food pantry?
Something I hope to accomplish. I think I want to have my career plan done, because I think I'm in that space where I'm open to a lot of different things, but I think I need to really focus in and just kind of sit down and take the time to say, this is what I want to do and this is what I want to pursue. Because after I have my master's, I want to have that plan and I want to follow it. So I think it's going to be a lot of internal questioning and answering, and just thinking about what do I see, or where do I see myself in the next 5-10 years? Do I still want to stay in the community college system, or do I want to move on? Or so I think just taking the time to develop that personal plan for myself is what I want to get done by the end of this program.
Great answer. I feel like you have an agenda and you're looking towards what's next for me, and you've gotten your master's early, so that's amazing. I wish I'd have done that early. Or you're getting your master's early, and I've been told many times a lot of people wait until it's so far down the line to do that, and then you've already done so many things that you're trying to seek out other things. So doing it early, so you have such a broad, open, area to be able to look at, is amazing. So one more question.
Yes.
What's one piece of advice you'd give to yourself from your first semester?
I would tell myself it's not that serious. And let me tell you why I'm going to say that.
Love that answer. Right.
Stressed myself out so much. As in, like, I was almost sick. I was like, I need to get 100 on everything. It needs to be perfect. I need to, and it's hard when you're also working full time. It's like, it's not that serious. I think as long as I'm present and I'm engaging and doing what I have to do and just getting something out of it, I think is enough. So I'm trying to be less of a perfectionist now. But
that's
I was like, this has to be perfect. But the truth is, not everything is going to be perfect. So I've kind of learned to just be kinder to myself, and we're all here learning and trying new things. So I think I'm just trying to be kinder.
That's amazing. I mean, that also, if you ever heard the saying, it says we're our worst critics, right? We're our biggest critics, because no matter how much we do, we're always looking at what else could we be doing better, instead of just being okay with what you're doing at that moment. So that's really a great piece of advice for yourself. I feel like everybody should take that own advice for themselves. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you're working and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and going to your ultimate goal, enjoy that, right?
Yes.
But I really appreciate you meeting with me, and it was a wonderful interview, being able to talk to you about yourself. And thank you so much for willing to connect with me. And I hope that this was meaningful for you as well.
It was. Thank you so much. It was great to talk to you.
You as well.